People trying to cross to Europe from Tunisia are leaving the country in increasing numbers, leading to hundreds of deaths in recent weeks. Tunisia, whose coastline is less than 150 kilometers from Italy, has overtaken Libya as a hub for people who wish to make it to Europe. UN figures show that at least 12,000 people who landed on Italy's shore this year left from Tunisia. That figure was just 1,300 in the same time period last year. In April, the Tunisian National Guard said that more than 14,000 migrants, mostly from sub-Saharan Africa, were intercepted and rescued in the first 3 months of the year, 5 times more than the numbers recorded in the same period last year. The recent surge in crossings and deaths in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Tunisia comes amid a crackdown by the Tunisian government on sub-Saharan African immigrants. Sub-Saharan migrants living in Tunisia have been the target of a surge in racist attacks. In February, President Kais Saied denounced illegal immigration, claiming that immigration was part of a criminal plan to change the composition of the demographic landscape of the country. His comments mirrored the Great Replacement theory, which is a far-right theory that claims there is a conspiracy to bring refugees from Africa and the Middle East into Europe in order to displace white Christians. Many sub-Saharan Africans don't need a visa to travel to Tunisia, while others come illegally through the Libyan border. In the Sfax governorate east of Tunisia, a popular departure point for people trying to cross to Europe, authorities are struggling to limit the number of people trying to brave the sea for Italy. In April, the spokesperson for the Sfax court said that the main hospital in Sfax cannot accommodate the bodies of drowned migrants.
يوم الخميس 20 أبريل وقاعدة في 30 جثة قبل العيد، لكن مع تزامن العيد والعطلة دخلت برشا جثث اللي مباشرة تم نقلها لقسم الطب الشرعي لإجراء عمليات التشريح وأخذ العينات للتحليل الجيني، وهذا العدد كان يفوق طاقة الاستيعاب. According to the Tunisian Forum for Economic and Social Rights, almost 80% of migrants crossing happen in the province of Sfax and Mahdia. Italy is trying to stem the flow from Tunisia and help stabilize the country's economy as bailout talks with the International Monetary Fund has been stalled for months. The United States, among other countries, has demanded far-reaching reforms from President Saied, who has failed to secure the confidence of international donors after plunging the country into an economic and political crisis since July 2021. Saied, who was elected in 2019, seized most powers in 2021 by shutting down the elected parliament and replacing the government before moving to rule by decree and rewriting the constitution. In recent weeks, Tunisian authorities launched a crackdown on opposition groups that accused the president of a coup. But Italy's far-right government, which is trying to limit the number of migrants reaching its shores, has vowed to support Tunisia despite the country's political turmoil.
Forse non tutti sono consapevoli dei rischi che si stanno correndo rispetto alla vicenda tunisina e della necessità di sostenere una stabilità in una nazione che ha forti problemi finanziari e che, insomma, se non dovessimo affrontare adeguatamente quei problemi rischia di scatenare un'ondata migratoria oggettivamente senza precedenti.
The Tunisian Coast Guard says it's taking steps to stop the migrant crossings, having halted hundreds of vessels headed for Europe since the beginning of the year. But some human rights groups and activists have accused the Tunisian Coast Guard of stealing engines from migrants' boats and leaving them stranded at sea. Others said the Tunisian authorities returned to the area a few hours later to take the migrants back to port. Tunisia is now the main departure point for people fleeing conflict and dire poverty in Middle East and Africa. But the country's current economic crisis and authoritarian drift is casting doubts over its ability to handle the migrant crisis.